Om Shanti. Good morning, Diamond Morning. Baba wants us today to give him thanks. Sometimes we don't really acknowledge so much. We just might take for granted what Baba is teaching us every day. And we need to honor and respect what he's saying every day. So he wants us to give him thanks today from our hearts, to really understand and realize how fortunate we are to get this knowledge, to apply it in our lives and transform our lives so we can get a high status in the golden age. So much love he has for us that he has come into this old world to teach us from such faraway residence of the Supreme Buddha. So let's listen to Baba's sweet versions of the 9th of April 2022. In the essence, Baba says, sweet children, the Father has come to change human beings into deities. Therefore, give thanks to him from your heart. Continue to follow Srimad and have true love for just the one. Question. What are the signs of children who have? What are the signs of children who love the Father? Answer. Those who truly love the Father remember him alone and only follow his directions. They never cause anyone sorrow through their thoughts, words, or deeds. They never have animosity towards anyone. They give their true accounts to the Father. They protect themselves from bad company. And the song of Baba's Murli. Have patience, O mind. Your days of happiness are about to come. Om Shanti. Brahmins would definitely have patience because it is only Brahmins who have love for the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, number-wise, according to the efforts they make. Not everyone loves him to the same extent. Just as Baba, Mama, and the children share their own experiences. They would say, I the soul. Baba would say, I the Supreme Soul. I the soul say, I'm remembering the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, a great deal, because I have seen a lot of sorrow in the kingdom of Ravan for half the cycle. It isn't that there has been sorrow from the beginning? No. Sorrow increases gradually in the kingdom of Ravan. The degrees continue to decrease. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, tells you souls. And what he tells us? At first, you performed unadulterated worship, and you remembered me alone. You then went into adulterated Rajaguni worship. Now, worship is Tamoguni. People continue to worship whatever comes in front of them. That is called worship of the elements, because bodies are made of the 5 elements. When they speak of a particular Swami, in brackets, Guru, they only say that because of seeing that body of 5 elements. They fall at his feet. That is Tamopradhan worship. I, the soul, now know that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, has come once again. Why has he come? He says to give us our inheritance. Therefore, remember him as much as possible. His orders are, constantly remember me alone. May you be soul conscious. Baba tells you how he repeatedly thanks the Father, that is Brahma Baba, give thanks to Shiv Baba. And he says like this, Baba, you have removed me from darkness. I love Baba. All others have non-loving intellects at the time of destruction. They cannot claim their full inheritance. Physical children love their father. Their father is pleased with them when they follow his directions. But he is not pleased when his children don't follow his directions. The physical father, that is. Those who don't follow directions are said to be unworthy. Therefore, the unlimited Father also says, remember me, and then your sins will continue to be burnt away. Now that you belong to me, don't commit any sin through your physical senses. Never disobey Srimad. The Father is making you worthy of worship from a worshipper. Therefore, you should thank the Father so much. If you don't follow his Srimad, your status will be destroyed for birth after birth. Although we say here that those who are impure are degraded, a low status there is said to be degraded. The Father says, have true love for me. Just as a wife remembers her husband, remember me in the same way. Follow my Srimad. Don't cause anyone sorrow through your thoughts, words, or actions. Don't let your mind have any animosity for anyone. Every soul is playing his own part. You know that your birth of the present time is even more elevated than that of the future. Why is our birth now more elevated than that of the future? Mami is saying here, we have become God's children. In the golden age, we will be children of the deities. The praise of now is greater. You receive the inheritance for 21 births through the world mother, Jagadamba. What do you receive through Lakshmi? A new person would not be able to understand these things. Many people come here, but those who don't have faith are unable to stay here. When friends and relatives of Baba, Mama, and the children come here, or even officers, they are allowed to come in case the arrow strikes the target, and the poor, helpless ones are benefited. You can instantly know whether they belong to the godly clan or the devilish clan, or whether they are able to love the Father or not. Many come here, and they are all right here, but they become vicious again when they go outside into bad company or into the company of mine. Then they write, I was defeated. However, if they don't tell Baba about it, that would continue to increase. Your intellects have now love for the Father. Yes, amounts you to. Your intellects have love number ones according to the efforts you make. Shri Baba explains to you children, and what he explains, never perform any sinful acts. Follow Srimad. You belong to Baba, and so your activity should also be likewise. Baba should be told everything. Baba grants you liberation and liberation in life and the sovereignty of the world. And the Father doesn't even know what children have. The Father should receive full account. The Father should receive your full account. By giving that to me, you will not incur a loss. Those people take all your money for themselves, but I am incorporeal. I use everything for you children. Gandhiji used everything for the country, and this is why his name is glorified. Gandhiji truly established the Congress Party. Otherwise, there was the rule of kings here. The Father is now once again establishing a new kingdom, the kingdom of Rama. This doesn't sit in the intellects of all the children. If it sat in their intellects, their mercury of happiness would rise, and they would continue to have yoga with Baba. Baba says, remember the Father who stays in the supreme abode where you have to go. The drama is now about to end. No one knows the drama or has love for me. They say that they have been bathing in the Ganges from time immemorial. Did they do that even in the Golden Age? They don't even understand the meaning of time immemorial. Baba says, your days of happiness are now about to come. Your intellects have patience. Some don't understand anything. When they understand something here and then go outside, Maya completely swallows them. Just as all the ants completely swallow a dead fly, so here, when you die, all the ants come and totally swallow you. Maya is very powerful as well. Maya is powerful as well. She is no less. There is a big battle. Whilst staying here, if you don't attend class, it is understood that you can't become the masters of heaven and that you can't go to the land of Krishna. You would have no value. You who are becoming like diamonds are valuable. You know that you are becoming worth a pound if there are a swan and a stork in the same house. There would definitely be conflict. Here, you step away from storks. You cannot eat food prepared by those who are impure. However, some children don't love the father that much, and this is why they think about how their stomachs would be satisfied. Ah, but how do natives survive? Nowadays, if someone puts on a saffron robe, he continues to receive everything free, and everyone bows down to him. Anyone who goes there puts money in front of the idol. It is very easy for them. Such is the world. You children should think about this world ending soon so that you can go to heaven. But you first have to become, for us to go to heaven, how do we have to become? Bible says you first have to become worthy. You have to claim a status. There too, there is a difference in positions. The one who is teaching you is only one. Some become kings and queens, some become maids and servants, and others become wealthy subjects. A kingdom is being established. Other founders of a religion do not establish a kingdom. This is why Baba continues to tell you to remain cautious. At the time of destruction, you must have totally loving intellects. The more love you have, the more inheritance you will accordingly claim from the Father. Very interesting point here. The more love you have, the more inheritance you will accordingly claim from the Father. You're also taught how to remember Baba. Baba tells you how you have to remember Baba and the cycle. Spin the discus of self-realization. We are lighthouses. The boatman is taking our boats across. Keep the land of peace in one eye and the land of happiness in the other eye. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bab, Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana, points to practice for today. First point, see the part of every actor and don't have animosity towards anyone. Don't cause anyone sorrow through your thoughts, words, or actions. Second point, give your full account to the Father. Have a totally loving intellect at the time of destruction. Let your activity be elevated according to Srimad. Be cautious of bad company. Baba's blessing for today. May you attain your complete stage by becoming free from performing subtle sins and become an embodiment of success. Baba beautifully explains this blessing. It says, according to the present time, some children have become very easy in terms of the philosophy of action, of karma, and this is why they continue to perform small sins. The principle of the philosophy of karma is, if you defame someone, if you tell others about someone's mistake, or if you are in agreement with someone about it, it is like becoming a partner in performing that sin. Today, you may defame someone, and tomorrow, that person would doubly defame you. These small sins become an obstacle to your attaining your complete stage. And this is why you have to understand the philosophy of karma, become free from performing sins, and become an embodiment of success. And the slogan for today, in order to become the same as Adipita, brackets first father, become a pillar of power, peace, and all virtues. Om Shanti. It's a very lovely Murli and blessing. Mama says, he says here that if you are in agreement with someone about it, it is like becoming a partner in performing that sin. Hence they say in the world, a partner in crime. So we got to be careful what we listen to, what we say. So let's pause for a moment of silence. And then the Murli continues. The Murli continues with invaluable versions of Maheshwari. The incorporeal world means the residence of souls as the theme. When we speak of the incorporeal world, it does not mean that it does not have a shape, for there definitely is a world. It doesn't have a shape like the physical world. God is incorporeal, but he definitely has his own subtle form. The Lamb of souls and the Supreme Soul is the incorporeal world. So when we use the word world, it shows that it is a world where someone stays, and that is why it is given the name world. So it is the place where someone stays, so that is why it is given the name world. Worldly people believe that God's form is the element of constant light, but that is God's residence, which is also called the retired home. We cannot call God's home God. The other world is the subtle world, where Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar reside in their subtle forms. This is the physical world, which is split into two. So Mama is saying this physical world is split into two. And she explains here, one is the viceless world of heaven, where there is constant purity, happiness, and peace for half the cycle. The other is the vicious Iron Age world of sorrow and peacelessness. Why are these called two worlds? When people speak of heaven and hell, they say that both worlds are created by God. However, God's elevated versions for these are: children, I did not create the world of sorrow. The world I created was a world of happiness. This world of sorrow, peacelessness, and suffering of human beings is caused by them forgetting themselves and myself, God. It isn't that when there is the world of happiness and charity, the world doesn't continue. Yes, definitely, since we say that that is the residence of deities, then there is definitely the household, but it wasn't a creation of vice yet, and so there was no bondage of karma. That world is called the world of heaven, that is free from any bondage of karma. First is the incorporeal world, next is the subtle world, and the third is this physical world. And here is another class, my mama, and the theme is the eternally created program of God's coming. People sing the song, O God of the Gita, come and fulfill your promise. So God himself, the God of the Gita, has come to fulfill his promise that he made a cycle ago. He says, do you remember the promise he made? He says, O children, when there is extreme irreligiousness in Bharat, I definitely come at that time to fulfill my promise. My coming does not mean that I come in every age. There isn't defamation of religion in all ages. Defamation of religion takes place in the Iron Age. And so you have to understand that God comes in the Iron Age. The Iron Age comes every cycle, and so he definitely comes every cycle. There are 4 ages in each cycle, and that is known as the cycle. For half the cycle, it is the golden and silver ages, where everything is Satopradhan and Satoguni. There is no need for God to come there. The other religions start in the Copper Age, and even at that time, there isn't extreme irreligiousness. This shows that God doesn't come in those 3 ages. Then the Iron Age remains. There is then extreme defamation of religion at the end of it. God comes at that time and destroys irreligiousness and establishes the religion of truth. If he were to come in the Copper Age, then after the Copper Age, there would be the Golden Age. So why is it the Iron Age? You wouldn't say that God establishes the Iron Age of extreme darkness. It cannot be like that. And this is why God says, I am one and I only come once, destroy all irreligiousness, destroy the Iron Age, and establish the Golden Age. So my time of coming is at the confluence age. Acha. Okay. So, quite very explicit class that Mama gives. Yeah. It doesn't come in every age. It comes only at the end of the iron age. So we got to remember him with so much love. Om Shanti.